Let's talk about the bag that carried the culture. You know the one. The glossy yellow Forever 21 bag with John 316 hidden at the bottom. You probably tossed it in your closet with two tank tops and a miniskirt you swore you'd wear later. At one point, everyone had one. The bag was basically the unofficial handbag of the American mall. Forever 21 was more than just a clothing store. It was a vibe, a ritual, and a social event. You walked in with 20 bucks and walked out with five things you'd maybe wear once, but it still feel like you won. It was affordable escapism wrapped in neon lights and loud pop music. And then it disappeared. Quietly at first, the stores got emptier, displays got messier, and the new arrivals stopped being, well, new. Then came the headlines. Bankruptcy, store closures, massive layoffs. So, how does a $4 billion fashion empire crumble in less than a decade? Well, it's not just about fashion, it's a crash course in business hubris, missed signals, and the changing tides. So let's unpack this, the very public fall of Forever 21. Now, Forever 21 didn't start in a glossy mall. It started in a tiny 900 square foot space in Los Angeles. The year was 1984. Don Won Chang, a recent Korean immigrant, had been working odd jobs, a janitor, a coffee shop worker, a gas station attendant, and he and his wife, Jin Sun Chang, opened their first store with just 11 grand in the savings. Back then, it was called Fashion 21. The concept? Well, it was cheap, trendy clothing that felt way more expensive than it was. It was targeted towards Korean American community, but the formula worked so well that within a year they expanded beyond that niche. They were fast, not just fast fashion, but lightning fast. Chang saw trends on the street, ordered knockoffs in bulk from suppliers in South Korea, and had them on the racks within weeks. While department stores were ordering 6 months out, Forever 21 was playing the now game. By 2001, there were over 100 stores. By 2010, over 450. At its peak, Forever 21 had more than 800 locations in over 57 countries. It wasn't just a brand, it was a movement. Teens loved it, college students depended on it, and celebs shopped there, even if they pretended that they didn't. The stores were massive, overstimulating, chaotic, and often thrilling. It felt like you found buried treasure if you dug long enough. But as anyone who's ever bought a $3 camisole knows, not everything ages well. Now, here's the thing. Growth is good until it isn't. In the early 2010s, Forever 21 made a bold move. Actually, several bold moves simultaneously. They stopped opening stores and they started opening mega stores. We're talking 100,000 square foot monstrosities that took over the same anchor spaces left behind by failing department stores like Sears and Mirrors. It was a flex. They wanted Forever 21 to be the department store of the next generation, but they misunderstood the movement. America's relationship with malls was changing. Amazon was rising, and online shopping was getting easier, faster, and way more personalized. You could buy an outfit in your pajamas without digging through 10 tangled racks of Polyblend. But Forever 21, they were betting big on brick and mortar. Bigger leases, more real estate, longer commitments, and it was expensive, like bleeding cash expensive. By the mid 2010s, online first brands like ASOS, Fashion Nova, and later Shein were dominating social feeds. They were digital native, obsessed with influencers, and laser focused on their Gen Z audience. They knew exactly how to market through Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But Forever 21, their website felt like it hadn't been changed since 2009. It was clunky, inventory was often wrong, and sizes were all over the place. Not only that, but shipping was slow, returns were a nightmare, and let's not even talk about the mobile experience. It was practically begging you to shop somewhere else. The Changs, who still ran the company like a mom and pop shop, didn't bring in digital talent. They didn't invest in technology, and in short, they missed the boat entirely. This wasn't just a misstep, it was a full-blown faceplant in the age of the digital fashion. But let's switch gears, because while Forever 21 was fumbling online, they were also racking up lawsuits like parking tickets. For years, the brand had a reputation for, well, let's call it borrowing from other designers. Gucci, Puma, Adidas, H&M, you name it, and they've probably got a cease and desist from them. Then came Ariana Grande. In 2019, she sued Forever 21 for $10 million. The company had apparently used a lookalike model and some allegedly unauthorized imagery in ads that felt way too similar to her Seven Rings music video. It wasn't a good look. Ariana was everywhere. Forever 21 was fading fast, and suddenly the brand felt like your older cousin trying to be cool by quoting memes from 2014. LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron. And while we're at it, remember the Bible verse in the bag, John 3:16? That tiny message was a reflection of the founder's faith, but it confused a lot of shoppers. Some called it wholesome, while others called it alienating. Add to that some serious accusations of sweatshop labor, unpaid wages, and labor exploitation over the years, and Forever 21 started looking less like a fashion brand and more like a walking lawsuit. But let's fast forward to September 29th, 2019. This is where Forever 21 files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The numbers had finally caught up with them. They owed between $1 and $10 billion to creditors. Leases were crushing them, international markets were underperforming, and the US retail market had shifted under their feet, and they were still playing catch up. The announcement wasn't surprising, it was more like, oh, so it finally happened. Within weeks, they shuttered over 350 stores globally. Employees were laid off in droves, inventory got dumped, and rumors of liquidation swirled. Their empire had collapsed. But there was a twist. In early 2020, a new trio stepped in to buy Forever 21. Simon Property Group, Brookfield Properties, and Authentic Brands Group. These weren't fashion players, they were landlords and brand managers. And they weren't trying to make Forever 21 cool again, they were trying to make it profitable again. The plan? Well, it was to trim the fat, rebuild the e-commerce arm, and focus on partnerships and licensing deals. Ride the nostalgia wave just enough to bring people back. And they've tried. There have been Barbie collabs, and J-Lo campaigns, and a slightly cleaner website. Even TikTok influencers started trickling in.
Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Ashley? Was it Johnny?
But here's the thing. Gen Z doesn't care that Forever 21 used to be cool. Normally, they care about ethics, sustainability, speed, and the digital culture. And unfortunately for Forever 21, it feels like it's still catching up to a race that's already halfway done. But this is where we should zoom out. Forever 21 isn't the only one. American Apparel, Wet Seal, Aeropostale, and Charlotte Russe, they've all stumbled down the same runway. Fast fashion exploded in the 2000s, but it was built on a shaky foundation, which was cheap labor, massive inventory, and trend chasing. It worked until it didn't. Today's fashion landscape is fragmented and fast moving. Influencers are launching their own brands, thrift culture has gone mainstream, and people are buying less but with more intent. Forever 21 was a product of its time. It cashed in on mall culture, youth spending, and impulse buying, but the times changed while it didn't. All of this just to say, can Forever 21 make a real comeback? And that's the $1 million question, or more accurately, the $10 billion question. Some say yes, there's nostalgia there. There's still some brand recognition, and with the right digital makeover, maybe Forever 21 could evolve into a more sustainable, influencer-friendly platform. But it would need more than a rebrand. It would need to be soul transparent, a value shift, a real understanding of what fashion means to young people today. And honestly, that's a tall order for a brand that couldn't even run a functional app 5 years ago. Fashion is fast, and Forever 21 was faster than most. But here we are, looking back at a brand that once ruled them all and wondering what went wrong. The answer is messy. It's all about timing, ego, tech, culture, lawsuits, and shifting values. It's about a brand that ran full speed into the future without checking to see where the road ended. Forever 21 gave us affordable fashion at a time that we didn't know we needed it. And for that, it will always have a place in the pop culture Hall of Fame. But if you're wondering whether it will be what it was, just remember, nothing stays 21 forever. Let me know what you guys think. Can Forever 21 make a comeback? And have you ever shopped at Forever 21? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like videos like this, leave a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.